Although trading is closed on October 28, 2019, we'll go over our calls. We had a target, 30.2476. I said when it's this close to a trend extreme, it doesn't always print, but this one did. Went right through it. Look for the pattern with the early high. We got that. Tuesday's pattern has the early high, but it's often irregular and even in retrospect might be hard to recognize. Today's pattern generated a new target, 30.3795. It's not too far from where we are now, and it's favored to print tomorrow unless we gap up smartly. And if we don't gap up smartly, I think we're going to have a down move tomorrow, which could be of some size. Now, how likely is this to print? Well, it doesn't always print on time, but the odds of it printing are pretty high. Someone asked me to say a target, a list of all the unsatisfied targets. Well, every target after October 2nd, 2017 until January of this year printed. So every single target, roughly about 650 a year from 2018 printed. Now we have this target from today. We have a couple of earlier ones from October. Before then, you have to go back 7+ months, almost 8, to find one that didn't print. That was one in March, one in February, and a cluster in January. You can get clusters when the market's in a strong impulsive move. But that's really for over 2 years. That's all that's missing. We have some optional targets. They don't have to print, but they usually do. But there's no requirement. We actually came close enough to these numbers. So that's really it. You have to go back months to find things that didn't print other than the targets we have for this month. Don't forget, last year, every single one of them printed. All we have from today's pattern is this target. Last call, so we called for the early high. We got that. Now, he said there's any number of ways to count these waves. When you're in a consolidation, there isn't just one valid count. We consider it a triangle here, but this magenta E is no longer than magenta C. That's not really supposed to happen. So I'm going to abandon this count and return to my original one. With the original count, if this is magenta A, if I've identified magenta B correctly, magenta C is exactly 61.8% of magenta A. Now, there are higher targets too, but this is a legitimate Fibonacci target. We just can't say it's the only one. What makes this one a good target is that we have a Dow theory non-confirmation because we had a new all-time high, but transports dropped. That shows that all the horses aren't going in the same direction. We also have a Gann fan line. Here's the old high. You connect the two prior highs, draw a straight line. It's a Gann fan line, hits today's high on the nose, and the rule is either you gap over this line or else the resistance from this line wins. So here's what the bulls have to do to continue the rally. They have to gap over today's high. Not saying it's impossible, but they're the ones who have the task ahead of them. Burden of proof is on the bulls. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could gap down first. Pattern might be hard to recognize. Today we usually get a new high. We get an all-day rally with a high a day near the final hour or a straight line drop. Neither one of those things happen. We use the rule that tomorrow's open can substitute for today's close. So either we gap up, take out this high, or we should have a straight line drop. And we should know at the open which of the two it's going to be. Now we have a lower MEJT target, a Dow theory non-confirmation, trend line resistance, and the wave count compatible with this leg being over. So as I said, the burden of proof is on the bulls. The bulls, to continue this rally, really have to gap over today's high. And if they do, there are higher targets that work as well. Now there's an FOMC meeting on Wednesday, and it's kind of unlikely to me we get a large move right before the meeting. You might have to wait a day. But just because it's unlikely, I don't know any rule that says you have to wait. So if we do start dropping in earnest, which is one of our possibilities, be aware it could be a long way down. So tomorrow's pattern has the early high, but hard to recognize. We look for a pretty strong move at the open. If you don't gap and take out this high early, lower prices should print, and most likely we'll start with a straight line move down, and that's today's call.